How it's supposed to feel. How it's supposed to
And welcome into the next episode of the Cardinals franchise, where today we're taking on the Seahawks, division rival, and we're actually playing in what is technically my home stadium, my office, part-time, every now and then at least, not for the Seahawks, but for the Seattle Sounders FC, so shout out to MLS. Drew Lock, the starting quarterback here for the Seahawks, 7 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, not great, but probably about what you would have expected. But our Cardinals are really needing to make a statement here after getting destroyed entirely last week against the Eagles. There just really wasn't a single thing we were able to do well nor consistently last week, so really going to need to see us step up against a team that we should dominate. Obviously, the Seahawks used to be a really good team. Now, they're kind of at the tail end, the rebuilding end of what was a dominant streak for quite a while. They still have some good guys, Lockett there, who does not hold on to that catch. And, of course, at the other side at receiver, Metcalf. I mean, a guy who can be very solid, is sometimes inconsistent, but can still be a solid player for him. Chris Carson, still in the NFL in this version of our universe here. Unfortunately for him, did have to retire due to injuries just stacking up, which was really unfortunate. I really liked him in college and out of college. Actually went to Oklahoma State where he played. So it was really fun watching him play in college. Honestly, the Vikings are my favorite team, if you did not know. I was really hoping the Vikings would pick him up. Instead, I'm pretty sure it was the same draft that we got Dalvin, so I won't be too upset about that. But definitely sad when you have such a promising player who, honestly, Carson was a really good player for a couple years. Just injuries stacked up for him and ends his career. As for us here in this universe and in this game, we have a 3rd and 4 as they come out with a lot of passing so far. Trying to drop back to cover the tight end, and we were about a yard or two too far downfield, or not downfield enough. We're about a yard or 2 away from breaking that one up. Disley gets a huge gain down to the 5. And I feel like my voice is a little bit more raspier today. That would have been because work yesterday, as I record this, would have been yesterday, so recorded this on Monday, should be coming out on Thursday. Sunday was a Sounders match, and we got a much-needed victory for us to try to push towards the playoffs, so hopefully that happens. But that is why my voice might sound a little different today. And we'll bring up a 3rd and goal. 3 to the right, 2 to the left. It's an empty set here for the Seahawks. They still have not learned about running the ball towards the end of the goal line, and near the goal line, and we're going to get a sack. Kennard, who is starting for us at that right pass rushing end spot after our trade for with J.J. Watt as well as Marcus Golden. He's one of the new starters. Nice splash play there will force a field goal attempt. And they'll be kicking from about the 20, so a 30-yard field goal attempt. You would think these should be easy, but you never quite know. That one does head right down the middle, giving the Seahawks a 3-0 score. But granted, we haven't had the ball on offense yet. And our offense is close to being back to full strength. D-Hop will be back next episode, so that'll be a big one. Try to get the screen pass out here to Young, and he'll get forward for a gain of 7. Not too bad on the first play. And one of the themes of recent has been the struggle of Kyler Murray, specifically with his accuracy. We've seen some really good balls and some really bad ones, and it all really has come down to his stamina becoming a big issue. We do get a nice completion there, though, for a chunk down to the 49. And obviously, to help try to manage Murray's stamina, he does not practice at all, so trying to help us out a little bit and not going to get the throw animation. Definitely should have been able to throw out of that. Instead, Taylor with the sack, loss of 7. You know, and I'm pretty sure Murray even has the superstar trait to have a quick release, especially when under pressure. But we really have not seen that very much. Try to just dump this one off, and I'm pretty sure we just got Moss there, number 24, making his way down the sideline, and that will be a pick 6 for Coleman. 1-on-1, we needed to get the ball out. Looked like we had positioning, but the receiver just couldn't make a play on the ball. Instead, we'll go down 10-0. And one could argue probably should have just thrown that pass away, but it was 2nd and 17. We needed to get at least something. Thought it would be a simple, easy pass, but apparently not. Kyler Murray going to scramble with what limited stamina he has, gets a gain of 6. And when I started this series, and Madden would pretty much come out like the day before, so there wasn't much slider testing done prior to the release of this series. And from what I've seen so far, a lot of people are saying you need to lower the interception slider and turn off the intentional grounding as well, just to try to help with, there's just a lot of turnovers, so a lot of interceptions specifically. So what I think we might end up doing is we'll keep it as is for the first season and then make an adjustment for the second. And we'll see kind of how bad it ends up being at the end of the first season. We do hook up with Ertz here for the first down. But we definitely have had a lot of interceptions. Part of that due to poor choices when throwing, but also part of it has just been Madden just being very difficult. You know, playing on Madden. In previous Maddens, it kind of broke the game. This one, it just seems more difficult, but there are quite a few more interceptions at times you don't really think that there should be. But on 3rd and 8, we need a first down. And I really wanted to go with the jet sweep, but every time I call it, they bring down that safety. So let's make an audible here. Go with the slants. They do drop that safety back. We need to try to roll out, find something. And that one will hit the turf. 4th and 8, about midfield. Do we risk going for it? And I think with where we are sitting right now, struggling to keep at 500, right now losing to a team we should definitely be beating, we should have had that first down, and we should definitely be playing better. But Ertz not able to hold on to it. Seahawks will take over. We've seen some very promising games from the Cardinals here, and then some games where they look like a hot mess. So far today, it's looking a bit more like a hot mess, but we'll see if we can turn things around as the game goes on. Obviously, we've made some trades, some big trades of recent, sending away J.J. Watt, who was our best defensive lineman by far. We really struggle with our line and outside linebackers, so I don't expect us to play perfect games, but I expect us to still make some plays here and there and get some stops, especially against teams who really don't even have a quarterback. And there's another sack. Gardick, he has been a shining light on this defense this season, getting at this point probably about 10 to 12 sacks, I would assume. And with that sack, that will force the punt, and we will get the ball back. And this drive is a touchdown or bust kind of drive for us. We need to find something to get us going here. We're going to hook up with Mostert, who just broke open right before we crossed the line of scrimmage. So that was a last-second throw for sure. And the problem, I think, again, that we're having with Murray, obviously with the stamina, is that this is an air raid team. We are built to pass, and pass primarily, if not only. So he struggles to maintain his stamina, especially when he gets hit fairly often, because the offensive line has struggled a bit this season. And that is why we kind of brought in some new guys with the free agency, bringing in Dwayne Brown at tackle, then moving some of our guys around. We're going to have a wide open guy, but the ball underthrown, intercepted again. No, sometimes I'm not quite sure what else there is to do for the quarterback. He has the one-on-one. He had plenty of space. Great job from the safety to get all the way over, for sure. But, I mean, at most, that play should have just been an incompletion. At least get a good stop on first down with our defense. Seattle starts their drive at the 3 up to the 4 as they just hand the ball off to Chris Carson to ground and pound, try to get some yardage, gain a little bit of space between them and the end zone. And on 3rd and 6, they'll come out spread here, bunch to the left, one lone receiver to the right, shotgun set. We stay out in our 4-4, try to sit underneath some of these, and instead they will air it out. And we have Murphy back, who will get the pick. We get mossed earlier for the INT. We will moss DK Metcalf with Byron Murphy Jr., who recently got a contract extension. And while this team is not built to run the ball, we might have to do a bit more of it in the second half of this season just to try to manage the fatigue and interception, the turnovers from Kyler. I don't think he's a bad quarterback. I just don't think we have provided him the protection that he really needs to throw some accurate balls every time. Ertz with a nice catch there will get us to the 41. So I think we're going to start doing a few more rushes per game. Get Mostert some handoffs, as well as Derek Young, the receiver turned running back that we signed a couple games ago. We've seen some promise from him, but definitely need to see more. So on 2nd and 8, let's actually bring him out. Mostert needed a little bit of a breather. We'll bring out Young, see what he could do here on the screen. And we will actually get some separation. Typically don't see this a whole lot on screens, at least for users, but that is a first down to the 23. And so far, also a lot of double A-gap look here for the Seahawks. They're also bringing down the safety as well, but we won't actually run a play. 2-minute warning. Both teams will catch a bit of a breather. And on 1st and 10, just want to have Ertz run that route a little bit deeper. Try to get towards that front pylon, or at least distract from the other receiver, who's Brown, and just a step too late. Arguably should have been a touchdown there, but that pass just came in a little late. I really feel like the quarterback's arm strengths aren't really as big of a thing in Madden 23, like where before you would be able to like zip a ball in if a quarterback had 90 plus arm strength, but I'm not really feeling that with Madden 23. But we will see. Kyler Murray does have a decent arm, so he should be able to zip some balls in occasionally, and that pass gonna fall incomplete with the hit. And that is exactly what we need to avoid with Kyler. He really can't be taking any extra hits, especially with the struggle with his stamina already. We'll find Brown to about the 5-yard line. They'll mark him down at the 6 for 3rd and 3. Every time. You know what, we're just going to go for it. If they're going to continually bring down the safety, we're going to have to see if it works. Try to use that speed to get to the outside, and Moore will find his way to the outside and into the end zone. First points on the board for the Cardinals. Jet sweep to Rondale Moore. Also, forgot to mention, let me know what you think about the background sound, game sound coming in. We had raised it for a couple episodes, and I think it was just a little bit too loud. So for this one, I ended up lowering it to kind of in between where we originally had it and what we had it for the last couple episodes. So assuming would be a good kind of middle ground, but we'll find out. Also, again, let me know what you think. Did you like the original, a little bit louder, or does this seem like a good alternative? And after that first down gain, Seahawks take a timeout. 42 seconds left before halftime. Gardick off the edge, and if only, I believe that was Adoree Jackson on that side, was able to turn around. That ball was basically thrown right at him. But instead will fall incomplete. Bunch to the left here for the Seahawks. And that's it. Just that bunch to that left-hand side, as they will have an open number 13 to the other side, who will take a good hit there from Simmons, and they'll call another timeout. And I'm honestly not even sure who that is, who 13 is. I think it just said something Hilton. T.Y. Hilton, does he play for the Seahawks, or maybe they signed him? I'm not sure. But Devin Kennard in for his second sack of the day. Loss of 8 yards will bring up 2nd and 18 with 30 seconds left. Now much less than that. We'll switch to man, send everyone deep. Even Kennard can run deep because this is just going to be a Hail Mary. No, instead intercepted by Adoree Jackson, not able to stay on his feet. but that will be a stat on the board for Adoree'. I believe his second interception since coming to the team. But with that INT, we will head into half with Seahawks having that narrow lead 10-7. And as these two teams head into the locker room, take a quick look at what these stats look like. And we have close to double their amount of passing, close to double their amount of rushing, but our turnovers, again, killing us. That's just been the thing this year. LA Rams we'll take a look at, and they are currently losing to the Panthers. Panthers, did we beat them earlier this year? Am I thinking of a different series? Yeah, no, that was the game we played after we made the trade. So we beat the Panthers. They're currently losing to the Panthers. Bills up against the Chiefs, big game, 24-14. Bills 4-1 on the season, Chiefs 3-2. And another important game here for us with the 49ers beating the Falcons 35-27. 49ers move to 2-4 on the season. And we are back for the second half kickoff, and we will be receiving, so a great opportunity for us to grab the lead for the first time today with a solid drive. Doesn't have to be anything splashy. I just want to see us consistently move the ball downfield. And to start off with, we'll bring out the double running back set here in the shotgun. Go with the RPO. We'll either hand this one off or flick this one out to Young, who has some good blocking, some room to run. Jamal Adams comes in, lays a solid hit, but he holds on and is down to the 40. I should actually correct that. 44. Add a few more yards there. We'll spread out here again, same formation, but go with more of a normal pass. Unfortunately, Young not able to stay in there. We'll get the ball for a gain of 3. And can I motion out Young at all in this formation? Yes, I can. Just motion him out. Oh, yeah, it's going to be a pass. No, it's going to be a run. And we'll get something. We'll get about a gain of 4 on the draw. He actually, Young actually kind of came in to play a little bit of fullback with the blocking there. Go again with that RPO. Go with the quick pass again to the outside, and Brown, no blocking whatsoever. 4th and 6, again around midfield. I think we need to go for it again. And this time they don't bring down the safety. I called the jet sweep just to see what they would come out in. I wanted to go with the slants originally. We are going to go with the slants, and Rondale Moore is going to have some open running room if he could get away from everyone. That speed to the house. 2 touchdowns on the day for Rondale Moore. We score a huge touchdown on 4th and 6. We had some good enough blocking, picked up the extra blitzers, and there was just no one really left on that right-hand side except for Jamal Adams, who was not able to catch up to the speed of Rondale Moore. And just like that, the Cardinals take their first lead of this game. Now we just need to hold on to it. And if we could build on it, that would be even better. Chris Carson hesitates a bit at the line, waits for some open running room, and it was there, gain of 8. Feel like we need to bring some blitzes, considering our secondary is the best part of our defense, and we just got destroyed off the line. Adoree' Jackson misses the tackle, and what did I say about holding on to that lead? Either way, didn't happen. Seahawks regain the lead with a DK Metcalf destroying our number 1 corner on the outside, about as nice as you could put it. And now again, looking to take a lead here. We'll start with a pitch. Try to utilize the speed of Mostert, get to the outside, and unfortunately we just weren't able to get any sort of help with any blocking on the outside. If we were maybe able to get one block out there, Mostert might have been able to hit the corner, but instead, really not much there. We're just going to scramble here with Murray, slide down just shy of the first down, bringing up a 3rd and 1. And on 3rd and short, we'll come out in our quote-unquote heavy package here. Williams in at running back for some ground and pound, and he will get us the first down and not a whole lot more. But with that fresh set of downs, we'll come out back spread, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Young in at running back will take the screen pass. We have 1 blocker. If he could hold it for long enough, Young does get the corner, and we'll get the first down, gain of 12. He's showing some real good promise. I like what we're seeing here from our receiver turned running back. And now coming out in a press on the inside unless they actually are going to bring the corner blitz, which they don't. Really, they drop out of it. Honestly, I'm pretty sure we had Marquise Brown wide open, headed down the sidelines. But I went with the quick read instead of a more developing read. So we might have missed out on some play there, and there's going to be a sack. We had 2 linemen not blocking. Fun. And also a holding call. Oy. Just not a good play there. Marquise Brown, though, does have the press coverage. They do have a safety over the top, but he goes towards the middle. Marquise Brown has the separation, one-hand snag, and the Cardinals back in front. Almost thought that was overthrown. Honestly, it was a bit overthrown, but we at least were able to get one hand on it with Marquise Brown, and that is another touchdown for him on the season. He's been a huge threat in the deep passing game. In the medium to short, not as much. That's been more Ertz and Rondale Moore. A little bit of A.J. Green, but deep has been Brown. And after missing the extra point, we take a 3-score lead over to defense. See if we could actually hold it this time, and a missed tackle in the backfield is definitely not going to help. Zaven Collins, though, will bring him down after a gain of 8. And I feel like I might have actually been calling Zaven Collins Zach Collins the last couple episodes, so if I did, my bad. It's definitely Zaven Collins, as they will go with a pass here on 3rd and 2nd. They have a wide open receiver underneath, but instead number 13 breaks open again. And that is number 13, Hilton. Not sure what Hilton. T. Hilton. It could be. They might have signed him. And after a big chunk gained, they'll come out at the 39 with a I formation, run to the right-hand side, and open running room for Carson. Gets them down to the 21. Definitely need to try to make some upgrades here on defense as soon as we can, because they are struggling. You know, we made some trades to bring in some picks. The main goal to be to get younger. We have, obviously, the start of this series was because they were the oldest team with average age in the NFL. So a rebuild not necessarily due to bad coverage, apparently. Another touchdown strike of 20-plus yards, I'm pretty sure. This time goes to Lockett. And once again, we find ourselves out on offense, trailing 24-20. They make their extra points. We have Green at the sideline. Solid throw, solid catch up to the 44 as we end the 3rd quarter, giving us a little bit of momentum to carry into the 4th after losing the lead once again. And to start the 4th quarter, I really wish it wasn't Ertz who was going on this screen, so we'll just hand this one off. Mostert had room to run, but hesitated for just a split second, and that split second will cost us a lot of yards. I'm going to bring in Brown. No, I want Brown running the fade. Fade. Okay, he's not going to do whatever I'm telling him to do, apparently, because it's a run. That's not what I thought it was. We only lose 1 yard, but that's not good. Not good at all. But they do come out still with that press. We'll see what we could get with both Moore and Brown going deep. They are our 2 deep threats. We're going to go for Green here, who has some room to run and will get us the first down. That ball not thrown where I was hoping it would be, but I won't question the result. First down. And I feel like we're going to do something a little new here. A little bit of game management. We're going to try to slow things down a little bit. Go with some runs, some slower plays. Apparently we're not down. Get a gain of 5 on that. I really want to try to drain this clock. I want us to have the last possession to take the lead. Maybe with a little bit of time left where they can't do much, but trying to be consistent here, and that should have been a first down, but instead we only get a gain of 1. And on 3rd and 4, they don't bring down that safety, so let's try to get some speed to the outside here. Rondale Moore with the jet sweep. We have some blockers out in front. Great block there from, I believe that was Young. Might have been Mostert on Jamal Adams, which slows him down enough to give us the first down. So that works out well for us. We do go out of bounds, but that's just because we're trying to be a little too safe there. And A.J. Green, maybe if I threw that ball a little bit quicker, Nice collapse there from Jones. And again, trying to drain this clock as much as possible here while still getting a touchdown to go ahead late in this game. Mostert with some room to run, and he'll get us inside the 10, first and goal at the 7. And we'll bring back out our heavy-ish formation here. 2 tight ends in the backfield and Williams at running back. He has the power, and we'll get about a gain of 1. And on 2nd and goal, we're going to run a bit of read option. Hesitant to do it with Murray, but he has some speed, but the defense reads that so well. We do get about a gain of 1. And on 3rd and goal, RPO. Possibly, definitely hand this one off. And it wasn't great either way, but Mostert shows some power. And he gets us into the end zone, taking the lead. We could go for 2 to make it a touchdown game, or take the field goal, or not the field goal, the extra point to make it a field goal game. And the way this team has been playing, we have to go with at least some quote-unquote sure points, and that one is right down the middle. Will give us at least the field goal lead. And with 2 minutes, 8 seconds left, they still have the 2-minute warning as well as 3 timeouts. It is in favor of the Seahawks, at least with the play we've seen them have so far today, to get down the field and get in range. And we're, again, just about a step, maybe 2 too far away there from with Thompson. And they do also get out of bounds as well, so stop the clock there. Could run one more play. 2-minute warning will then stop the clock. And then they still have all 3 timeouts. So some good management could work there, but that pass was awful. 2-minute warning, 27-24. And sometimes you have to try to play a little bit aggressively. Double A gap look here. We're going to send the blitz. Guard it quick off the edge, but they do all that they need to do to get at least enough time for that quick pass, which works in their favor. Drop out of that. Go to some normal coverage here. DK will get forward for a gain of 7. Again, all 3 timeouts remain here for the Seahawks. But we need to find some pass rush. Kennard coming in, and he will get his 3rd sack. A huge, huge sack for us here. That'll make it 3rd and 14. Kennard with 3 sacks today. Didn't even start at the beginning of this season, but has done great ever since he has gotten that job. And another sack, almost Allen. Just a split second too late. Locke throws out of it. 4th and 14. And this could potentially be 4th and game here for the Seahawks. A stop on this down would just about seal their fate. And they will throw it deep into double coverage. Intercepted Thompson. That should just about do it. He is going to attempt a run back. Trying to find some room. Will get forward to the 43. Now all we have to do is just run this clock out. They have 2 timeouts, so expect them to use those. As we go with, again, that quick pass out to Young, who gets some solid blocking, stays in bounds. Gain of 8. A first down would be the nail in the coffin. And since we've been running that read option, or run pass option so much, let's fake it. Even though it's still kind of the same play, but just will definitely be a handoff, and that is the first down. Last timeout called. All we have to do now is kneel out the clock. And this will do it from Seattle. 27-24, a close rivalry game here with 2 teams that, well, one team played, I think, better than what I expected, and our team, Cardinals, played, again, concerningly. You know, we have shown many times that we have some great players out there who can make some really good plays. Over 300 yards passing, 79 yards rushing. We got 3 takeaways. We just need to clean up our own game. We're giving away too many turnovers and giving away too many sloppy chunk plays on defense. So some tightening of the screws that needs to happen, and hopefully we'll be able to get that sorted soon. And that was not exactly the answer back we were looking for after the Eagles lost 38-14, but a victory is a victory, and against a division rival, we'll definitely take it. Will help keep us out of the bottom half of the NFC West. So let's jump on over to the next week and to have a little brief preview of who our next matchup is against. And next episode will be against another team who's struggling out the box. With the Saints 2-4, they have a really good defense. Offense is struggling, obviously, with losing Drew Brees in recent years. Them trying to find who their answer is at quarterback. Is it Jameis Winston? Is it not? What are they going to do? They've definitely put together a solid defense. Tyrann Mathieu, a new addition for them, is a solid safety. Someone we'll definitely need to keep an eye out for. As for their current rankings here, for their offensive points per game, they're 26. Passing yards per game, though, they're at 4. They're a really good passing offense. Rushing, surprisingly, down at 27 with Kamara. I'm assuming they're just primarily passing the ball, not really running that often. Defensive points per game, 30th. So they're giving up a lot of points, which hopefully is good news for us. And their defensive passing yards, 14. Defensive rushing yards, 15. So about average with their defense. As for us, we're a really bad offense. We're struggling there. Of course, we play lower times, so it's never going to fit very well. But our defense, again, also playing less, so take that as you will, but our defense doing pretty solidly. 1 in defensive rushing yards a game, 2 defensive passing yards, and 6 in defensive points per game. In terms of offense, though, we need to find a way to step things up. We're really struggling to be consistent. The stamina issues with Kyler is a big issue, and we don't have a bye week anywhere in sight currently. So need to find ways to manage that. Like I said, I think we're going to start incorporating a bit more running, at least running possibilities through like RPOs, jet sweeps, if they stop bringing down that safety every time. But yeah, going to try to find other ways to take a little bit off of Kyler so he's not taking shots as frequently as he has been and having to scramble around as frequently as he has been. So that is the plan moving forward. If you want to stick around, which I hope you do, make sure you hit that subscription button if you haven't already, and tick that bell notification to be notified of when these videos go live. The traditional Cardinals series posted every Monday and Thursday. Our state-only, Ohio-only challenge posted every Wednesday and Saturday. That has been up for I think the first episode, technically, by the time this goes up, would have been out on last Saturday. Second one would have been out yesterday. So make sure you check that one out. It's a fun challenge series where we build a team entirely of players strictly from one state and try to win a Super Bowl. So I hope you enjoy that if you check that out. And until next time, we'll see you later. Bye.
How it's supposed to feel.